All right, so last topic for the day. This is a big one, at least in my opinion. Toronto Raptors won the 2019 NBA championship. We all know that.
Yep.
What does Toronto winning the championship could mean for the NBA league and culture?
Several things. One being that it's going to give more belief to teams, especially the executives, the Toronto executive. Pretty much with Kawhi, the whole rumors going on saying that no, Kawhi just wants to go to the Lakers, blah, 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 blah. Why he's not going to re-sign in Toronto. That didn't deter him. He went for that trade and traded, arguably, the first star. You could argue if he's a superstar or not, and DeMar DeRozan to the Spurs.
He's a B-list celebrity, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, but still, he's like the first star that actually like signed with Toronto and
embrace
that culture.
Facts.
So there was an element of risk, for Toronto, for basically that 1 year rental. And as you see right now, it worked out fine.
Beautifully.
Second thing as well is that what I would say is I think it might shift the whole perception that you need a super team to win an NBA championship. Because if you think about the Toronto Raptors that they're currently constructed right now, yes, Kawhi's a superstar. Yes, Kyle Lowry's no scrub. The guy's a 5-time All-Star. He's no scrub by any means, but the guy's not a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
That team was pretty much based on a good system and good depth. They had Kyle, deep. Ball talk deep. Deep. But they had Kyle Lowry. They had Danny Green. They had Marcus Gasol. They had Siakam. They had Ibaka coming off the bench. They had Van Fleet coming off the bench. The reason why they were able to beat Golden State, whether they're injured or not injured, is because the role players stepped up. Van Fleet stepped up. Danny Green had a couple of good games. Ibaka, was good in the, in the rebounds, in the paint, causing havoc. If the role players didn't step up, Kawhi, he couldn't do it by himself. So that might change the whole perception that you're gonna need a super team. Super team, what I mean is like Golden State,
like even 2 to 3 all-star. Superstars.
Like even without Kevin Durant,
yeah,
Golden State, it's like
no more Wade, LeBron pairings, no more KD, Steph pairings.
Maybe, but it's gonna give more belief for those teams and saying, hey, look, we got a superstar. If we build, enough depth, with some good squads.
Oh, okay.
We have
right, so like 2 superstars, but not 3 anymore.
Maybe, but it depends. You're gonna need depth. Give Toronto a good chance. Back to like our earlier episodes.
Yeah, because if Warriors had more depth, I don't know if they would have lost so quick in the finals.
Because that's part of the reason why in our earlier episodes I like Toronto compared to the Bucks. The Bucks, they really didn't have that much depth when it comes to their bench. Toronto had a lot more depth. And you're gonna need home court and depth and a superstar to have the chance to take out Golden State, which obviously all those 3 ingredients happen, and some extra luck, from the basketball gods, and you saw the result.
Beautiful results, at least for Masai Ujiri.
There we go.
All right, for me, what Toronto winning could mean for the NBA culture and league is a couple things, and again, these are more macro than anything, but I'll start with that. The fact that the NBA championship was won in a city and country outside of the United States means that the Toronto is the first, could have opened the door for the NBA to consider more international teams. First in North America would have to be because of traveling, but as traveling technology improves and gets better, they'll use this as an example of like, look, if Madrid, major cities outside of the United States, if they want to start an NBA team, I could see this being one of those first steps that would helps open the door.
Maybe not
once technology gets there.
Maybe not Madrid.
That was just an example.
I'll say more Mexico City because the NBA has been experimenting with playing games there in Mexico City.
Oh, that's true.
All right, we go back to
and I could even see like a Chinese team that officially in the NBA, and you know how much that would have helped the NBA grow. It'd be insane, man, insane. And unlike a soccer where like there's several leagues that are considered top class, like you got La Liga, you got Premier League, there's only one NBA, and like if they play their cards right, they can just beat the foremost league for basketball. and just open up for more international play. And it's not just them winning the championship, but Toronto also showed that as Toronto kept winning, as they made the finals, that the love is there. Like international people will embrace basketball and their NBA team as long as they're winning, which is basically almost any other NBA or any sports team in general. And that was a beautiful sight to see, and how passionate they got. So yeah, that was like one little thing that I was like, oh, maybe in 30 years, I could see that happening, and this is like the first little step towards that direction. Also, for Toronto itself, something more relevant would be it increased their brand value, and it might have improved the perception of Toronto being a destination spot for free agents and draft picks, and just anyone who wants to play in the NBA when they consider what teams they want to go to. Because I mean, we saw it with Kawhi. He was offered basically anything in the country if he stays there. So I think a lot of players now, they got to witness it this year. So they're like, oh, maybe Toronto, the Raptors are a good team to play for. There's so much love there. They might want a piece of it too. You feel me? You're not gonna get that love in any other city in the United States. Not to that level. I mean, it's a whole country. And then two things in terms of how the NBA organizations operate. One ties into what you were saying, like how Raptors proved with Kawhi. I do think them winning the championship could increase more teams taking risks on 1 year contracts, 1 year left on contracts for superstars. Kind of like we saw with AD and the Lakers, but of course AD had already proclaimed that he would stay with them long term. But it does, Kawhi winning them a championship shows that, all right, taking that 1 year risk could be worth it. And I think we might start seeing more GMs and presidents take that risk. And then second, in terms of how NBA teams operate, is I could see more teams taking risks on injured superstars that haven't fully recuperated yet. We saw the Warriors kind of do it with DeMarcus Cousins, but DeMarcus Cousins was like on a very small contract to what he could actually ask for. But as opposed to Kawhi was traded, so it was that regular contract that he has, and then he still hadn't played, but they still took the risk. And I feel like, you know what, maybe, I mean, we'll see how people how teams operate with KD right now. He's injured, he's not going to be playing for at least a year, so we'll see if more teams take that risk. And then in the future we'll see if more. I think Kawhi winning proves that, as long as you believe in the player, obviously there's talks, you find out how their body's doing, but if you believe in it, Masai Ujiri and Kawhi Leonard together prove that, you know what, it might be a winning formula, at least for a year. Maybe not long term, who knows, we'll see how everything works out for Toronto. But yeah, I mean, they literally couldn't have gotten a better result. They got the championship, they got their parade, they're in the history books, they stopped the three-peat, they might have ended the most current dynasty that we have. So it's just a bunch of things that Toronto now is just going to go down in history for, all because of this huge risk that the president of the Toronto Raptors took.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. And that concludes our episode for today. We'll talk about everything. I mean, come on, summer's here. There's just so much to talk about. You'll see our faces more often. Just stay tuned. If you like it, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Anything you want to tell people?
Do the damn thing and subscribe.
I like that. And if you want to keep up with us, you know what it is. Twitter, Ball Talk Deep, Andrade, Irwin. We're out.
Got any comments? Leave it in the drop box.
Take care.